Hey.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, good. A little bit tired.
You know what? I feel tired today too. I feel very exhausted today.
I think it's just this low, like we're low pressure systems, right? And then the snow and it's the end of the week too.
It's
Oh,
Friday. That's all I care.
I know. It's Friday. Well, let's start in Sukhasana. So easy seated pose. Let's just, if you need to sit on a block or a bolster or a cushion. One, two. And just lifting up now through the crown of the head. Lengthening the spine, lifting the chest, releasing the shoulders down away from your ears. Hands are gently on your thighs, wherever's comfortable. And just taking some nice breaths here. Taking a moment, allowing yourself to arrive on your mat. And let's do some bumblebee breath. So that's the one where we put the hands in Vishnu Mudra. So, and then your baby finger stacks kind of over the ring finger. And then you plug your thumbs in your ears and your Fingers over your eyes. And then we'll do, let's do 5 of those. Vishnu Mudra. And then we're fingers in our ears. And then inhale. And then as we exhale, we're making that humming or that bumblebee sound, and then keeping our lips together. Mm. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Then when you've completed, taking a moment and noticing and enjoying that spacious feeling. And inhale now, tilt your chin towards the ceiling. No forcing or straining. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale up, chin towards the ceiling. And exhaling down now, chin towards chest. We'll do 3 more with your own breath. Then coming back to neutral, let's take a nice deep inhale, look over to that right shoulder. And as we exhale, chin rolls down to the center, up to the other side. Inhale back across over to the right. Exhaling down and around and up to the left. Inhaling back across to the right. Do 3 more with your own breath now. Just find that natural rhythm. And then return to neutral. Let's take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, let's turn and look over to that left shoulder. And then as we exhale, roll it down to the center, up over to the right. Inhale back across, over to the left. Exhaling, down around to the right. And do 3 more now. Inhaling across with your own breath. And from here, let's inhale our arms out to a T shape. And then as we exhale, let's just rotate those palms towards the ceiling. And just notice how that moves the shoulders down the back. And then rotate the palms back facing the mat. Inhale, fingertips up. And then exhale, fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And returning the hands to neutral now. Let's do some wrist circles, one way. Notice if your shoulders are trying to creep up. Which And then back to neutral. So thumbs towards the ceiling, fingertips to palms, inhale, thumbs to shoulders, and exhale, arms out straight. Inhale, thumbs to shoulders, notice if your shoulders are trying to ride up, exhale, arms out straight. Inhale in, exhale out straight. And then release the hands back to neutral and let's do those shoulder circles one way. And then we switch. And back to neutral. Let's inhale, shrug the shoulders up high, shrug them up high. And then as we exhale, float the hands down nice and slow and controlled. And then a little wave across the bottom. Waving, so you're getting a side bend and rotation in the shoulders. And then we just shake the arms, chest, face, head. Shake the week off. And fingertips behind you on the mat, or pardon me, palms behind you on the mat, fingertips are pointed away. If you're sitting on a block or a bolster or cushion, just remove it. And then let's unwind the legs. And then we'll tap, just tapping. And then back to neutral. So let's flex the toes, feet, so toes come towards, as if we're trying to get towards the hips. And then point the toes, and flex, and point. And then let's do some windshield wipers. So feet go side to side, rotating from the hip socket. Leg is one unit. Then coming back to neutral, release your hands and swing your legs to the side, and let's go to all fours now, or tabletop. Then from here, so wrists are underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, wrists are parallel, palms are connecting, hands connecting with the mat, fingers are spread. As we inhale, and we curl the tailbone up, drop the belly, chest lifts, face shines forward. And then as we exhale, curl the tailbone down, arch the back, squeeze all the air out. Inhale, initiating that movement with the tailbone. And then as we exhale, same thing. So tailbone, then we arch the back, and then lastly, the crown of the head towards the mat. And do 3 more with your own breath. Just inhaling and exhaling and flowing through. Working on initiating the movement with the tailbone first. And then when you've completed, let's bring the knees wide. Big toes come to touch. Take a deep inhale here, push back right into child's pose. And if you want to hear, if your buttocks don't come all the way to your heels, you can sit on a block or on a cushion. And if you don't need a prop, just come all the way down. Arms are outstretched, forehead comes to the mat. So taking nice deep breaths here, expanding that breath, the sensation of expanding the back body. And just stretch your fingers a little bit more on the mat. Reach in all directions with all 5 fingers. Nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, let's rise back up onto all fours. And then just bring your knees back to center and then sit up on your knees. So your buttocks are on your heels again, right? Our toes are untucked. And inhale, reach your arms up over your head. As we exhale, grab left wrist with right hand and exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale back to center, switch your grip, so left hand on right wrist, exhale, side bend left. And inhale back to center, switch, exhale, side bend right. Inhale back to center, switch, exhale, side bend left. Inhale back to center, switch, side bend right. And inhale back to center and switch, side bend left. Inhale back to center, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Look up towards your fingertips. And as we exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. Excuse me, and let's go now to all fours. And we'll do I think sometimes it's called thread the needle. So take your right hand and then just move it up about a hand's length, just like we're gonna be, as if we're gonna set up for down dog. Take your left hand as we inhale, sweep the left hand up behind, exhale, sweep it through underneath the right shoulder, bend the right elbow, and then release that left shoulder and left cheek forward the mat. With the big shoulder stretch. And so the weight is resting on your shoulder. You're not resting all your weight on your head. Like you're trying to put your weight onto your shoulder on the mat. Inhale now. Push yourself up to all fours. Realign yourself. Find that neutral spine. So wrists under shoulders again. Left hand moves up about a hand's length. Let's inhale, sweep the right hand up behind. Exhale, sweep it through underneath the left shoulder. Release that right shoulder to the mat. Bend the left elbow. Keep breathing. Let's inhale now, push ourselves back up to all fours. Find that nice neutral spine again. Then from here, let's get our bolster and we'll place the bolster across the mat in front of you, and we're gonna lay down with the bolster underneath our chest and our shoulders kind of hanging off. So we're gonna do that. Left elbow goes underneath the right shoulder, close to the bolster. And then now, excuse me, taking the right arm and walking it over top of the left, going the other way. And then you can just release your neck. Then for your feet, like I'm finding it easier to have my legs kind of wide and then my toes tucked. And just keep breathing here. So lift your head and then let's unwind, remove the right hand to the side. And then put your right palm on the mat and push yourself up a bit and then release your left arm. And then let's get set up for the other side. So now right hand, right elbow underneath toward your right armpit, closest and close to the bolster. And then left hand going the other way across over the top of the right. And then release your chin down onto your left bicep, left arm. And then keep breathing here. Take as deep breaths as you can. So let's lift our chin off of our arm. Release the left hand now. Replace the left hand on the mat and then just push yourself up and release the right hand. And from here, both hands on the mat underneath the shoulders, so they kind of will be underneath the end of the bolster. Let's inhale and then push yourself up. And then let's go right back to child's pose again. Good. So knees are wide, big toes touch, hands are outstretched, forehead comes to the mat. And again, nice deep breaths here. Inhale, come to all fours. And now turn your bolster lengthwise in front of you on the mat. And this is the one where we lay on top of it and then just around the heads of your shoulders. You're just at the top, hanging off the top corners of the bolster. Legs, if you turn your feet out to the sides, and then put your legs wide. And then either your hands can be down by your sides, and that's a big shoulder release, neck release, or they can be up. And again, nice deep breaths here, keep breathing. Place your hands underneath your shoulders now. Straighten your legs, tuck your toes. And again, let's inhale, push up to all fours, and just push yourself back to sit on your heels again. And next we'll get into that, on our backs, you know, the big shoulder opener, so take your bolster across the mat. And then we're rotating ourselves around so we're seated. Then you kind of want like the bottom of your shoulder blades or like the bra strap area to be at the bottom, you know, here of the bolster, and then you lay across it. So your head and your neck is just gonna hang off the other side. And then you can either let your arms go to the side, or if you really want the full opening, reach your arms up over your head and then exhale. Reach behind you and then out to the side. And that's like a big shoulder opener. I can totally feel that in my shoulders after snowmobiling yesterday. And then just keep breathing. And then the one thing I would say is, kind of bugging me, I'm gonna put like a cushion underneath the back of my head so it doesn't just hang off, because my head doesn't reach the floor. So if that's happening for you, I'd say put a cushion or something underneath your head, so if it's, because I just found it too much to just have it hanging there, like it was okay for the first like 30 seconds or so, and then I'm like, okay, that's too much. Actually, a block is gonna work better for me here. Bending the knees, soles of the feet are on the mat. Then just pick your hips up and shift them to the side, and then just roll over onto your side, and then take your one hand and push yourself up. Seated. And from here, let's get into, which we should be pretty close to where we want to be for the twist. So your block on the vertical, and then your bolster, and then your hip beside the bolster. Then remember, one hand on each side as we lower down. And then just take a deep breath here and then exhale as you lower down. And so for the twist here, you can either have your chin and be looking straight ahead, or you can have your left cheek on the bolster and you're looking the same direction as your knees. Or for more of a twist, you can have your right cheek on the bolster looking the other way. makes it more intense. And you're perfectly welcome to like go to the more intense side for a minute and then shift to the easier, or vice versa, start on the easier side, and then if you feel like trying the more intense, that's okay too. You can kind of go back and forth. And keep your breath nice, deep, even flowing breaths. And if you notice yourself getting sort of like distracted in your thoughts or by the story or the movie or whatever comes up, just come back to that nice, deep, even flowing breath. So turn your chin back to neutral. Place your palms on the mat again, sort of under your shoulders. Inhale, push yourself up to seated. And then take your bolster to the other side. Take your block to the other side and then swing your legs over, so to the opposite side of where you were. And then let's get set up again. So the bolster and the block on the collar setting. The bolster was on top. And then both hands on one on each side of the block as you lower yourself down. Or continue to be straight, looking the same direction that your knees are pointing, or for the more intense stretch, you can go and look over and look towards that right shoulder. The nice deep even breaths here. So turning your chin back to neutral. Palms on the mat underneath your shoulders. Inhale. Push yourself back up to seated. And then let's just take our block from that high side and place the bolster on it. And now we're gonna do that nice chest opener, heart opener. So grab both corners of the bolster, put your bum against it. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through your crown of your head, and then as you exhale, use your core, lowering yourself back onto. And then arms go out to your sides, palms up, fingers and hands are relaxed. And your knees can either be like feet wide and then knees fall in together, kind of tented, or you can do butterfly legs, so soles of the feet together, knees fall open. You can have your legs out straight, or they can be out straight with your feet wide. And then just keep breathing here. That nice even breath. And if you find yourself getting distracted or carried away by the thoughts or the movie in your mind, just gently remind yourself to come back to the breath. Come back to the breath. We keep coming back to the breath. If your knees are wide or your feet are wide, bring your feet together, knees are bent, soles of the feet are on your mat. And then just roll yourself off your bolster gently to one side. And then push yourself slowly up to seated. Let's get into our next one, which is legs up the wall, deep belly to karate. So get your cushion or your little mini bolster, and we'll lay back down on our backs. And then facing that, laying on your back, knees are bent, soles of the feet are on the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, place your cushion or bolster underneath the sacrum. And then bring your knees to your chest first. Allow the hips to angle back. And then just gently, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. And back to that nice, deep, even breath. If your mind is wandering, just come back to the breath. And bring the knees to the chest and release the soles of the feet to the mat. Lift the hips, remove your cushion or your prop, and then stretch out and get ready for Shavasana. Laying on your back. Arms are down by your sides. Putting on another layer if you need one.
like my blanket.
And yeah, so I was gonna say the blanket, which is always good. And allow the feet to relax and fall open gently to the sides. Hands, arms are down by your sides. Hands are relaxed, fingers are relaxed. Your hands are open to receive. Noticing where it is that your body is connecting to the mat, to the floor, to the earth. You feel that earth energy supporting you there. And now just allow your muscles to relax. Let go of any muscular tension or effort. And just really allow Mother Earth, that beautiful earth energy, to support you. Deepen the breath. Tiny movements in your fingers and toes. Rolling onto your right side and then pausing there. Give yourself gratitude for the love that you created for yourself in your practice here tonight. And use that beautiful strength in your arms to push yourself on up to seated position. And let's join in Sukhasana, easy seated pose, with our hands at heart center in Jolly Mudra. Hug the thumbs into the heart. And let's take a nice deep breath here and sigh it out. And one more. Inhale and sigh it out. And last one. Inhale and sigh it out. And the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
That was awesome. My cat joined me. I don't know if you could hear him purring, but he,
I know, like a cat, and then like Dad made dinner out there, and the fridge
nice.
is on. And then did you hear he was watching like, he's on the phone like watching like I don't know some like YouTube like sports video or something, right? But it sounded like really loud to me, and I'm thinking, oh,
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
okay, that's good. So that's good to know that certain things like don't carry through.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to try something now that you're here just quickly is, well, I'm wondering like you're on Zoom and if I put music on my computer, if you can hear that.
I don't know.
Okay, but then you know what? How in the frick? Oh, I gotta stop recording, that's why.